What's up, everybody? Well, today's the day my radiator finally came in the mail. Came in actually about 2 days ago. Haven't had a chance to get around to it, but finally came in. I'm really happy about this. I know in previous videos I had mentioned whether I was going to, I was debating whether I was going to go with all black, the OE style, or polished aluminum. Yeah, I think and I feel that polished aluminum would look a lot better on the Monster. What do you think? Yay, nay? Well, whether you guys say yay or nay, it's going on the bike anyway. So, but alright, first step, take original radiator, junk it, and on for the next step. We're done. Wow, that was easy, wasn't it? One of my best videos ever. Well, so far. But don't worry, there's more. Alright, here's the original radiator that came off of the Monster, and you can clearly tell it was dropped twice, and it was crushed, and I didn't want to reuse this. It didn't leak, but I'm not gonna ride around with something that's all smashed up. The original radiator fan that came with the bike, I went ahead and cleaned up all the rust and all the fan blades, and repainted it and made it look good so I can put it back on. All the nuts and bolts that were on the original radiator, I went ahead and put them in a bucket or a little container to hold all the parts. You always hold all of your parts so you don't lose them, just in case you have to use them later on. The horn, it does work. I'm going to reuse that. Maybe some of these brackets I may reuse. I'm not sure. If I don't use them for this project, I'll use them for another one. But most of the other parts and stuff I will definitely reuse. But aluminum, well, I mean, they're both aluminum, but this is the polished aluminum over the black, and I think the polished aluminum will look better. So, all right, let's get to the inside. Okay. Brand new one. Go ahead and take this out of the package without destroying it. It's like my birthday or Christmas. I love gifts, especially when they're for me and you guys. I mean, eventually this will become a completed project, and I may end up doing some vlogs with this and show y'all my town, my hometown. Well, not exactly a hometown, but just my town. I live, like I said, in Houston, and there's not enough coverage of this good town, and that's what I don't understand is, why don't the vloggers cover Houston? They cover all other cities. Why don't they cover this one? There's so much to cover here. You got, you know, all the surrounding areas of Houston. You got downtown. You got Galveston. There's San Antonio, Austin. Shoot, we're right next to Louisiana. Hell, LaBerge. I guess that's how you say it, LaBerge. Okay, whenever you go to put your radiator, the brand new radiator, back together, you want to make sure you have all your parts all put back together so that it can be fully reassembled. You want to make sure you have your radiator fan, your thermostat sensor, your temperature sensor, the rubber grommet here, which will go on the bracket up on top, which will be on the left side of the bike, up on the frame. You want to make sure you have your horn bracket, the 2 screws. I'm sorry, technically it's supposed to be 3, but this bracket here is a little bit longer for it to fit on this, so I'm only going to have 2 for this radiator fan. That's going to be fine. And then also you want to have your mud flap that will go on the bottom of the radiator. So let me go ahead and assemble this. Let's try the snap fit. That's how you do it. Quick assembly of this. Had a quick snap. Hold on a second. We got a bunny here. Bunny! Hi, what's up, little furball? Anyway, that's how everything is assembled on here. Thermostat. Goes inside. On the original one, it's actually up here, and this hose connection is down here, but they went ahead and they swapped them. The bracket on this kind of broke off, but I had to make a makeshift connection, which this is pretty solid on here. It's not going to go anywhere. This, it went on like normal. The horn, I'll probably adjust it. I'll probably bring it back down over here somehow. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it that way. And then the rubber grommet, like I said, up top over here. So, all right, next step is putting it on the bike. Okay, first thing you want to do is lift it up inside here after it's all reassembled, and you're going to line up this grommet with this notch right here on the side. So you do that first. So you hang it, okay, just like that. And then on the other side is the screw, so you want to put that in there so you have the ability to suspend the radiator and you can work on it. See? And now you can move it back and forth if you need to make some adjustments. Okay. Now I don't have a grommet for this one right now, so I'm just gonna leave that. I'm not gonna like leave it slack like this, but I'm just gonna leave it so I can actually move it around. But what you want to do is get all of your connections all put together. I don't have a screw for this just yet. I know I have one somewhere, but I just don't have it just yet. Which I think I need to just turn this one of the other directions. But that's pretty much all you want to do is mount it first and then start putting things up. Alright, I'm just going to run this up for now. Not like tight or anything, because it's supposed to be rubber grommet in here, so it's going to move around a little bit. That's fine. Alright, the hose connection goes here. On the back of the radiator fan, you're going to have two connections. One here, which goes to the thermostat, which you want to go ahead and clip into place, plug it in. Which I don't want. I'm not sure if I can trust that, but we're just going to do it anyway. I'll probably replace this radiator fan later on, but it is what it is. Okay, then you have this clip here. You want to put this inside here, which will hold the radiator out away from the engine block itself. This hose will connect to the top of the radiator, which is your the overflow, which I'll get that here in a second. So you got to make sure you get all of your connections. This power one, there's a power wire that's on the inside. I'll take care of that in a second. But yeah, you want to definitely make sure you get all your connections on before you tighten anything down. Okay. After you hang up your the radiator, which by the way I'm not entirely done, I got to go get a grommet for that. There's a plastic piece here. I really don't know why this is here, but you can take it off, set it to the side, and that will allow you to work on all the connections on the inside freely. See? If it's in the way, it's going to bump your brand new radiator and do that to it. I'm a little ticked off about, but it's whatever. It'll work. It's fine. It's all fine. And then finished product. Like I said, I'm still going to get the grommet for this one. I need to get a slightly larger hose clamp for this because this nozzle is larger than the one that was on the OE. I went ahead, I may button all this up later on, but for the most part, everything looks good. It all comes together. I'm not sure. I'm debating whether I'm going to just get rid of this entirely or not. I like it without. I kind of think it looks gaudy. I don't know why it's on there. Make sure everything is tight so nothing, you know, falls off and all that. Let's see. I think it's a drain hose. Yeah, it's a drain hose. Not supposed to be here. There we go. Better. But man, that does look good. That looks good. Oh, it looks so much better than the stock one. Starting to come together. Alright, the only step left is to put the 50/50 antifreeze in there and fill up the radiator and fire it up. Alright, installation complete. Sounds good. Sounds real good. I let it dry. I let it run for about maybe 10-15 minutes. Oh, oh. Hear that? That radiator fan is turning on, which means all of my electrical is working properly. It's the first time I let it run for this long because now I have a brand new radiator. I went ahead and I took off that hideous looking plastic piece because it started rubbing up against my radiator. So yeah, I think it looks better without it. Frankly, it was smoking pretty bad, but that was because I still had some oil left inside the exhaust pipe. I don't know why. There's still some oil on top of the engine, but it's smoking off. You can see a little bit there. So, but if you rev it a little, it smokes just a touch at the exhaust pipe. It used to be worse, but that was because it was sitting still for so long. And ever since I let this engine run with the radiator on it, I let it burn off, and eventually I won't have any smoke coming from this bike. So, man, it is good to go. I like that. I like that. Then it'll start cooling down again. It'll bring it down to about 210. There you go. And it shuts off right about 212, and it cools back down to about 210, and then it goes right back up to about 217. So it fluctuates back and forth, which is good. And that's what I'm looking for. Right back up, and then it'll turn back on.